Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to episode 87 of the Michael Pina Senior Show. Here, October 18th, 2018. This is a show about my money, how it could be affecting your money, and what it is we're going to do about it together. Listen, Warren Buffett said, if you cannot control your emotions, you cannot control your money. And before we get into it, I just want to thank everyone again for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel right now, right here on YouTube. And like it, comment. I appreciate all the comments. Jay Nuts, Local 344, I appreciate your comment. And today, we got a question from Edward, Local 705. He asks, if we go on strike, will that affect my UPS stocks? What are your thoughts about that? This simple question got me excited because this is how I want the show to go. We need to help each other with questions. If you got a question on your mind, you don't want to comment below, that's okay. Get in touch with me at coachp2210@yahoo.com. Otherwise, question below and I'll pick out some questions, on the comments, and I'd love to share them on the show. And that's how I want the show to go. You can run this show, all right? So, before I get into the answer, believe it or not, the simple question led me to a lot of different things. And this is what I love about it. Because first of all, a lot of you don't know, but I like to bring you through a process called the baby steps. I didn't invent it. It's Dave Ramsey. Again, if you want to get turned on to Dave Ramsey, it's his process that I follow to help my clients. And basically what the baby steps are is this. It's simple as this. Baby step 1, we make sure we have a $1,000 emergency fund. Baby step 2, we list our debts, lowest to highest, and then we knock them off one at a time. It's called the debt snowball. That's baby step 2. Once we're 100% debt free, except for our home mortgage, then we go to baby step 3, which is a fully funded emergency fund, which is 3 to 6 months of your household expenses. Then we get into baby step 4, 5, and 6, and we could do all those 3 together. Baby step 4, okay, which I consider this a baby step 4 question, is you're gonna put 15% of your household income into retirement. Baby step 5, we're gonna save for our kids' college education. Baby step 6, we're gonna pay off the home mortgage. And then baby step 7, if you've gotten through all those baby steps, baby step 7, we're going to learn to give like nobody else. So we're going to really, concentrate on giving once we get into baby step 7, because you should be a multimillionaire by the time you're in baby step 7, to tell you the truth. So I wanted to bring that up before I get into this, because these types of answers and these types of analysis that I'm going to give you today, I'm trying to do on podbean.com. You can find me at the Michael Pina Senior Show on podbean.com. I want that to be geared toward baby step 4, 5, and 6 people. Okay. So, but again, I'll answer your questions. I love it. All right. So, just to get into this question and just to give you a little background, when it comes to individual stocks, and I've said this in earlier shows, I like to diversify into buckets, what I call buckets of investments. All right. So this is where I kind of differ from Dave Ramsey. I've got a kind of a Dave Ramsey / Warren Buffett philosophy when it comes to investing. So what I mean by a bucket of investments, real estate, index funds, mutual funds, and then individual stocks. That's what I like to do, okay? And when it comes to individual stocks, and that's what I'm going to try to do more on Podbean, is show you and how I'm picking my individual stocks. But when it comes to individual stocks, only 10% of my total net worth do I put towards individual stocks, because you've got to be willing to lose in what you're willing to lose in individual stocks, and I don't plan on losing. But you got to know what your risk tolerance is. And I'm only willing to risk 10%. That's a Warren Buffett philosophy. And then I use the Warren Buffett philosophy in picking those stocks. Okay. So first of all, when it comes to picking a stock, we're going to pick stocks that we're going to hold on to for a long time. So we're planning on long-term investing when we're picking a stock. Okay. So the question was about UPS stock. So what I do when I'm about to pick a stock I don't just go by what the pundits are saying. You know, you don't want to be a speculator. So what I mean by that is any type of bad news that comes with stocks is going to drive the purchasing power down. So in other words, people are going to be selling like crazy. Amazon went down 20% once they announced they were going to be paying their employees $15 an hour. Amazon stock went down to 20%, which, believe it or not, the stock price went from like $2,000 a share down to $1,899 a share. But I'm telling you right now, my prediction is Amazon's going to be worth $3,000 by the end of Christmas. And I just read an article that Amazon is predicted to go up 40%. So my point is, the people that were selling when it went down 20%, those are speculators, okay? And UPS stock, if there's any word about a strike and that starts getting into the news, 100% the stock will go down, 100%. But I don't want you to sell. I'll tell you the truth. I get excited when we have those kind of deficits like that, because that's the time to buy. All right. You want to be an investor. You want to be able to pick the right things. Then you want to follow my plan. All right. Because we're always investing. And that's why I like to have these different buckets, because they're going to hedge each other. You know, as of this morning, when I read this question, I looked up right away what the UPS stocks were going for. And it opened today on the market at $118 a share. And as of right now, before I went on air, they fell 3.5% down to $114.45 a share. So, I mean, you're not going to buy, sell, depending on what's happening on the market. You're going to do it according to your long-term investment strategy. And that's what I'm going to try to teach you, okay? And, you know, and this also brings me to a great point, since it was asked by a UPSer. Here goes the thing. UPS is a dividend stock, so your dividends, in other words, depending on the company, they'll pay you to own the stock. Okay, and a lot of companies will pay high dividends, which they're saying, we're not going up, our stock prices aren't going up, so we're going to pay you a dividend. UPS kind of falls kind of in between there, where they pay, I was just looking up, their last 4 dividend payouts were 91 cents a share. So they don't pay a huge dividend, they do pay a little bit of a dividend, but at the same time, as the UPS stock goes up, the reason why it will never be like Amazon, because they want it to be employee owned. And every time it reaches, you'll see UPS stock, if it reaches close to $200 a share, it'll split. So in other words, if you own 10 shares of UPS stock at $200, it'll split and you'll own 20 shares of UPS stock at $100. Okay, so your shares will go up, which means you'll get more in dividends. Okay, which is a great long-term investment plan. So, just for you UPSers, which got me also excited for this, so I hope that answered your question. 100% we go on strike, your stock prices are going to go down. But that isn't the time to sell. To me, that's a time to buy. And if you're not a UPSer, I got to tell you, I got to make sure I mention this too. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not licensed in any way. I'm a coach. I advise you, okay? As a coach, I teach you, all right? But I'm telling you right now, if I'm not a UPSer, and even as a UPSer, I buy my investments, my individual stocks through Fidelity. They charge you $6.99 a trade, okay? And again, if you want to be taught this and you don't understand a lot of the stuff I'm saying, that's okay. Continue to follow my show. You'll learn, or get in touch with me and we can set up an appointment. But anyway, $6.99 a trade. If the UPS stock tumbles to the point where I think it's a great buy, that's what you want to do. That's when you want to buy it. And what you do is you investigate that company before you buy it. So Warren Buffett, again, I go back to the Warren Buffett philosophy. What he tells you to do is before you buy a stock, it doesn't matter what the price is, up, down, up, down. You're not a speculator, all right? You're an investor. So you take a look at that company, and as a UPSer, we have a fantastic thing at upser.com. You just go on there and you go on to the UPS financials, and it will tell you what each quarter their earnings were. You can look at the annual reports from each year, going back to, I think as far back as you want. All right. And you want to study these before you buy any stock. And this is public knowledge for every stock that you want to buy. All right. Being part of Fidelity, I usually do this homework through Fidelity. But as a UPSer, go on upser.com. Take a look at the UPS financials, and you can see, this first quarter, they were up 17%. Quarter two, they were up 9.6%. Quarter three, those numbers are going to be out October 24th. So what Warren Buffett will do, we'll take a look at this and say, okay, what's the upside of this company? And I've been telling people, the upside to any kind of package delivery company and Amazon, that Amazon effect, they're just going to keep on going up. So to me, buying UPS, and then what he also does is he studies the management, because you're going to buy a stock as if you're buying that company. All right. Is this a company that you would want to buy? And if the answer is yes, after you've done your homework and you've done some studying and you kind of study the management, and everybody knows, we know what the management's like there, right? Is the answer yes, that you'd want to buy this company? Then you want to buy the stock. And my answer is yes. And again, as a UPS employee, we've got a fantastic thing that you can go right through, again, upser.com, go to computershare.com/UPS, put your information on there, and you can start having weekly deductions taken out of your check. Again, do not do this unless you're on baby step 4. All right, baby step 4, I just told you what the baby steps were earlier. This is a baby step 4 situation. Okay, so, but if you're in baby step 4, I suggest you work at UPS. It's an easy way to get into the stock game because they don't charge you anything for your stock purchases. And they'll buy it in increments, which I mean is, if the stock is worth $100 a share and you've only got $75 in your account each quarter, let's say, they'll buy you 3/4 of a purchase of a stock. And you can't do that anywhere else. You could do that through work at UPS, and it'll come right out of your paycheck. So you figure out what 15% is of your household income and include that into that 15%, and then start following it, study it, all right? And it will get you into the stock market, and a great way to start studying the stock market, because there's a lot to do. If you really want to study individual stocks, follow me on podbean.com. I'm going to start bringing up more individual stocks. Oh, by the way, if you'd like to do it over the phone like I had to do, I'm like old fashioned like that. I don't know. I like doing it over the phone. Call 1-800-758-4674. And that's ComputerShare. And you can register on exactly what you want taken out of your paycheck on a weekly basis. I have $25 a week taken out right now. All right. So it's $100 a month. Each quarter, that's about $300. Each quarter is, once every 3 months. So I'm getting approximately 2.5 shares every month. But that builds up. That builds up. And that's what you want to do. Investing and long-term investing is about, the tortoise, not the hare. All right. So you'll never see me with my philosophy telling you to buy something or sell. So yes, our stock prices will go down if we strike 100%. But that's the time to buy, not the time to sell. All right. So I hope that helped you. If you've got questions, feel free to call me, 774-287-9323. You can text me, call me. Do it. That's what I want you to do. That's what gets me excited. I love this question. It got me into a lot of different things. And if you got questions on this show, please comment below. Email me at coachp2210@yahoo. If you want to ask a private question, that's fine. michaelpinasenior.com. You can find all my stuff. My son, Michael Pina Jr., I always like people know he was my first guest on my show. He's got off this week. He's the quarterback. Like our page. Now I run a business with them, QB Velocity. Like our page on Facebook at QB Velocity. And like the Michael Pina, like me at the Michael Pina Senior on Facebook too. All right. So, hey, you got quite more questions? Ask them. Gets me excited. I want to get you excited. You know why? 'Cause I want to win. I want to help you win. Let's win together.